Hello, everybody. I'm trying something new called StreamYard.com for live stream. Let's see how this works. I'm trying to get natural light and not have it too much. I'm kind of glowing the natural light, but I'm not yellowish. I'm trying to see how, because if I do it this way, it's too dark. I wonder if people, as an example, click on comment to show it on screen. Also show up on Steam here. Very cool. I wonder if this is going to work. If I'm live or not. Oh, it says I'm live, so that's good. Hey, BJ Outdoors! Long time no see. I'm trying something new. SteamYard. Apparently it's free. And I can put your comments in there. That's really cool. I like that. I'm just trying to... My problem is, in my house, I have yellow light, so everything kind of makes me look yellowy. So I open up my window. But you can see my window open there. Laundry on top of the dresser, because that's how I roll. But now I'm kind of glowing. So I'm trying to, what I'm going to do today. I was supposed to get together with Angie, but she messaged me last night that her appointment that was for yesterday. What's over here? Oh, that's the bags I'm wrapping from. Her appointment yesterday was supposed to be in the afternoon, so it got pushed to this morning. So unfortunately, we're not going to have a live stream with her. So I figured I need to get some wrapping done. And why not wrap and do a live stream? I've never used it before, so this is kind of cool. So that means, could we do a live stream together? Like, because it says the free version, I think, is up to 6 people, I guess, in the chat. That would be kind of cool too. Because then even if she was not available, we could do it from our own respective homes and do it. And same with other people. I could do live stream with other people. That is kind of cool. So FYI, I absolutely love Costco wrapping paper. Why? Because it's like two types. Like I get the one that's like 2 types on their side. So one had snowflakes, one had reindeers. This one's my favorite one. I love this one. This one's the like advent calendar one on one side, and then rainbow colors on the other side. So this one is great for birthdays. The rainbow, it has have snowflakes, but rainbow. So I could use this side for Christmas, and then every other birthday use that side. And it's bright colors, so it could be unisex, boy, girl, whatever. So awesome. I'm just trying this out, so like let me know if I'm doing this wrong or what to do, or I should probably watch a video on how to do it. Which is the right thing to do. Okay, my sister's so in our family for Christmas, we do a lot of practical gifts. Okay. And lots of and some fun stuff, and then um edibles. So chocolates, teas, coffee, um some interesting weird snacks from different countries, that type of stuff. Because we like just something different. At least those ones are consumable, and they don't make a lot of mess and clutter. Like, cool. So, and we figure with things like if there's a large purchase, like it's looking like I'm going to need to get a new vacuum. My vacuum has been biting the dust for months now. So I have two cats and old carpet that's thick. I would love to get rid of my carpet, but my husband doesn't want to get rid of the carpet. So I haven't quite convinced him yet. Maybe another few more years. I could convince the carpet and put like area rug in the living room or something. I'll keep the carpet in the basement, of course, but the one in the basement is kind of like a commercial office style carpet, so it doesn't hold as much stuff as this carpet. The carpet came with the house. It's dusty rose, or supposed to be a dusty rose. It's kind of like grayish rose. It's not fun. So I would love to get a different, like the click it flooring and stuff. So right now I'm wrapping some gifts, and how we do it. So we like to wrap a bunch of things. Is I'm not putting. I'm gonna put some labels on some, but what we do, as so I can hide the stuff, is I put them back into like grocery bags, and one person's stuff is in one bag, one person's stuff is in another bag. So I'll figure it out and identify it. Plus, I just get these labels, and then my husband, when he does his wrapping, he has a brother label printer, and he prints off labels from there. So since he's legally blind, that works for him. But he has when he wraps, it's more of a process, and he does it. He basically wraps Christmas Eve. So if I can get almost all my wrapping done before Christmas, I can help him wrap with his stuff that is not for me um, on Christmas Eve. He usually also gets the girls to help wrap. Since Abby's completely blind, she can help wrap pretty much anybody's stuff. But then the problem is she knows what the stuff is because she's really good at guessing. Ryan usually helps wrap my stuff, like not all my stuff, because we always like to have surprise too. So, but so I'll share a bit about me and Christmas, why I love Christmas. As we get them, so Costco wrapping paper, I can put it on the corner and it doesn't rip. So I still have so about. So I used to buy wrapping paper after Christmas on sale from Walmart. Like I try to get the good stuff like the Costco quality, but sometimes what I thought was Costco quality was not, and I get the cheap stuff. But I still have some of the cheap stuff. My husband hates it, that wrapping paper, so he doesn't ever use it. So I'm stuck using it because he doesn't wrap very. He would never be hired to wrap presents to look nice. Okay. Um, and so I'll show that one. And so he wraps sometimes something that looks like a square, like a box. It might kind of look like a circle. um, things in boxes are better for him to wrap than like things like stuffies, because he ends up using way too much wrapping paper. But the thing with Costco wrapping paper is that even when you use too much wrapping paper and you're wrapping excessively over the amount, um, it doesn't rip. But I have this wrapping paper when I get to some smaller stuff. This is the cheaper stuff, like this one. It's only on one side, that's really thin. Like you can even see it here, it's wrapping. I'm almost done this finally. And the rest, I have, I think, two more that are Walmart quality, almost Costco quality wrapping paper. That one's the last one of the cheap stuff. I will never ever buy it. I end up using way too much, and I resent Christmas wrapping. And I love Christmas. It is my favorite time of the year. Um, and it's my favorite time of the year because it is it is the one time. So my parents, when I was younger, they're both alcoholics, right? And so my mom sort of sooner than my dad. We both separated, divorced. Well, separated when I was 6, but still after, shortly after that. After that. My dad took a bit longer, but during that time, they at Christmas time was the only time of the year that they made an effort to think about me, or to I was always kind of semi afterthought on things because they were very self centered, narcissistic, because they were alcoholics. My dad continued that. My mom got better, but it was one time a year that they tried to be to have a Christmas tree, have some presents, not lots of expensive ones. Like we didn't always have a lot of money, and sometimes we had like no money. But there was always stuff under the tree. Some practical, so like pajamas, underwear, socks were always there. Chocolate and um, a few toys. Usually on my wish list for Santa, I would get like one or two things on my wish list from Santa. Nothing huge, anything like big things. If I did get a big thing, which mm, wasn't a lot of times. When I got older, there was a little bit more bigger things, but I didn't really have. We didn't have cable much often, so we didn't have the commercials. So the only thing we had was the Sears Wish book. So um, we my lists weren't, in my opinion. Um, Now, on the other hand, we didn't have a lot of money, so we we made do with what we had, and my parents usually tried to, like when I was younger and they were drinking, they tried to not drink until supper time. So they were sober until supper time. So Christmas morning sober, maybe a bit hungover from the night before if they were wrapping late, and Christmas supper, it would be, a good time. After Christmas supper, it was, who knows. We just loved it. We never, yeah, we. So with that, my oh, I cut that too short for this piece. Oh, I know I could do. I'll grab it this way. So, um, Christmas was always a time we tried to, even when my parents were separated, they tried to do something special with me. Like Christmas, they love seeing my reaction and the Christmas stuff, and tried to make things a surprise. I got really good at guessing presents, so they were always hiding it from me, so I didn't guess them. They're just starting shopping now. So my husband bought my one of my first Christmas presents in January and wrapped it and put it in the living room so I could see it every day. Yeah, yeah. I My first present I picked up was in January as well. I picked up some January, February, the markdown things at Christmas last year that um, were not things that would go bad, like candles and stuff like that, for this year. So I have, and I've been shopping. I did some Christmas shopping a little bit in over the summer before we went on vacation. Just like some usable things, like you know, toiletries, or that I found that was on sale. And then I haven't really, so my kids haven't, I haven't gotten a list from anybody in my family yet. But I have bought stuff. I know the things that we always buy, um, and the practical things like the socks, underwear, pajamas, fuzzy blanket, fuzzy things, sheets type things. Hey, Florida Greg, how's it going? I'm trying this new program. Um, to It's called StreamYard for live stream. Tomorrow, I got asked by Valerie Reese to be part of her Black Friday charity live stream event. So I'm going to be going live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But she is going live, I think, at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you look at my, I have the schedule on one of my live stream from last week that showed when everybody was going on. So please go and check it out and go and if you can, if you're not busy shopping. Black Friday deals. I'm not so in Canada we have Black Friday as well. Hey Valerie, how's it going? I've just mentioned you. I was just saying that tomorrow is Black Friday charity event, and I will on my video last week. I had the whole schedule on it tomorrow. So I'm starting my wrapping. I think I do a live stream wrap. Because it's right now. So my kids are teenagers. Grocery bags. Okay, now it might look alike a lot, but it's not really, a lot. Like I have like blankets, blankets and sheets. They're just big items. So thank you for telling me about this program. I'm trying it out right now. I like having the comments sitting on it. It looks more professional. It doesn't look so um, choppy. I'm saying how I love the Costco wrapping paper, the double-sided one, because my favorite one is this one with the advent calendar on one side, and then the other side is bright rainbow stripes, because the rainbow stripes you can use all year round. So, um, I'm surprised my kids. I have Peter and Princess, as you saw in the previous video. They usually don't leave me alone, so I don't know why they're not bugging me. But that being said, so how I wrap, so I'm hoping this year I'm not wrapping till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, because my husband tends to wrap Christmas Eve. Sometimes the eve of Christmas Eve, but usually Christmas Eve, because he usually doesn't go out shopping. He goes out with a friend of ours who has a van. One day after work, he'll get off work early, and he'll just go and spend, 5, 6. Well, it used to be like 8 hours, because back when the kids were smaller, the Walmart here and a couple of malls here, like there was Place d'Orleans, which is on the east end of town. So Ottawa is in the center. Orleans is the east end. It used to be its own city. Kanata was on the west end. It used to be its own city, but now it's all amalgamated. So he used to go to Place d'Orleans because they had a whole mall that was open for 24 hours, or open till midnight for like the last week before Christmas. But they haven't done that the last few years. He loved that because literally he'd go shopping after work, go with a friend of ours, go out for supper, go do some shopping, go out for supper, and go continue shopping, and he'd come home stumbling in at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Not Christmas Eve, but this was like maybe December 22nd or something like that. Yes, it does. I have to just keep on clicking on it. That shows the comments at the bottom. No, I'm not having to deal with my dad. He is really sick right now. We may lose. Oh, I hope not. It is that time of year where people get sick and stuff. What exactly does he have, BJ? BJ is also in Ontario, Southern Ontario. Right now, Valerie is at her sister's place in Ogdensburg. So that's how close she is right now. He's 85 years old. That's he's had a good life. That's older than anybody in my family has lived. So my grandmother was 81 when she passed, and my grandfather was 78 on my mom's side, and both my grandparents were 55 or 56 on my dad's side. My mom was 48 with bone and breast cancer, and my dad was 2 years ago at 60. He turned 65. He didn't think he was going to turn 65 because his parents died at 55. Um, so 85 is a good life as long as it's been healthy up till now. I'm sorry to hear about that. Um, I'll keep him in my prayers. What's his name? Because on Wednesday, so by the way, on Wednesdays I go to women's Bible study coffee break. I go to the Kanata Christian Reform, Kanata Community Christian Reformed Church. They have coffee break, which is a non-denominational women's Bible study. Basically, we drink coffee. Somebody is in charge of bringing a snack, and we just go through different books of the Bible or different questions and stuff, and we just learn. We just help one another and ask for prayers and stuff. So usually with stuff in my life, like all of Abby's issues, all that stuff, I'm always, I always have something to pray for. Um, but Hannah on the StreamYard is great for streaming. Yes, I've never tried. I tried once with Hangouts, do a Hangouts live with somebody, but it didn't really work very well. So so maybe something like we could do a live stream together sometime. Sure. Bye is giving up. Yeah, sometimes that happens when like with my mom, what happened with the bone and breast cancer was even though the treatment for the cancer had shrunk the cancer, her body was just tired. Or anyone in your family too? Yeah. Hoping to change that. Live to 100. Well, see, but would you like to live to 120? Like, I would like to live as old as I could with my health. I wouldn't want to be a huge burden on my family. Even like if my mind was intact and if my body was pretty much, that's fine. But if would I really want to outlive my friends, my family, people in my community, all the people. 120 is kind of old. My friend's grandparents, and my friend is 94 and 98, and her grandfather has got major dementia now, and I mean remembers her like the family members a bit, but events and health wise, he sometimes forgets what he's doing, so he can't really be left alone to because he'll turn on the stove to heat up a pot of water for tea and forget the stove on. So woman's here playing cards. Oh, awesome. She's 86 years old and doing well. Yes. What game of cards do you like to play? That we're dying so young. Yes. Well, but are we? Because we're like the lifespan is between 78 and I think 85. That's pretty good. I think most of our lifespans have increased due to improved healthcare and due to improved nutrition. My mom died at 63, dad at 72. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting that your mom died earlier. Like same with my mom. Mom died, 20 years earlier than my dad, but she had bone and breast cancer. I'm sorry for you, Florida grade 2. It sucks being orphans, eh? I mean, but at least I have my family, my in-laws. My father-in-law this past year passed unexpectedly. He fell downstairs and died. So it's been a rough. 2019 has sucked really bad. 2019 has sucked. I can't wait for 2020 because it's got to be better than 2019. I mean, Bobby was hospitalized. Um, Cat Sushi passed, and my father-in-law died just before my oldest graduate. Had prom and graduation. So it was kind of like she still went, but she didn't have as much fun. Or like up till then, when my parents passed, like when my mom died, when my kids weren't born. When my dad died, my relationship with my dad was not that great because it was on his side. He was dealing with issues and depression and all that stuff, and so we weren't as close as I am with my in-laws. My in-laws have always been there for me. So when he passed, it was devastating to everybody in the family. And so it's been a rough. It's almost. I guess it's been about 6 months now, almost. It's been a rough 6 months, and my mother-in-law still is unsure how to go on. Like she ran the house, so it's not like. And my father-in-law um, set up that she was financially secure. So even with his passing, she was fine. But she missed him, even though he bugged the crap out of her. And dies of cancer at 69. Yeah. Well, cancer is the leading cause of death these days, I think. Um, but when diagnosed with cancer, the outcome is much better than it was 20 years ago. Like my mom, when she was diagnosed, she was given a year or two to live with bone and breast cancer, but she tried a new experimental treatment for it, and she lived 5 years with it. 5 years passed when they expected her to die, which I think is pretty darn good. So, Jed's grandma just passed not long ago. She was 102 years old. Wow, 102. That'd be kind of cool. Like, just neat to live that long. Like, I would like to make. Like, I would like to live till 100 years old, as long as I'm like fairly well. You know, because the problem is I've taken care of people like as part of my job as a developmental service worker. I've taken care of adults and children with physical and developmental disabilities. So I've done everything. I've done showering, changing diapers, catheters, colostomy bags, suppository. I've done everything to help people with the activities of daily living. Would I want that done up to me? Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a burden. No, that's my thing. Oh god. Oh, coffee has some eggnog, just regular eggnog, not with alcohol. Eggnog and cream in it. I love my eggnog. That was like 20 years, nearly 30 years ago. Water. Yes. Well, my mom has been gone. I was 21, but she's been gone 23 years. So my mom has been dead longer than out of my life for longer than she was in my life. That's like huge. Have to go uptown. Have a great day. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, BJ Outdoors. I'm on at 3 o'clock, and Valerie is on at I think 8. Right, Valerie? So make sure you're supporting one another here and share the love. Let's see. I've never known like my friend's grandparents was 94 and 98. I've never met them, but I'm like that is quite impressive. Those gators, he is. Oh, so also any for the Black Friday event, on Valerie's channel, and they're doing the Black Friday charity #Black Friday charity. But there, the link will be on my event tomorrow for a charity that if you donate even just $1, you'll be put in a draw for prizes. And one of the things in the prizes is this Gator rub or Gator shaker. All right, Val? You'll be here. Awesome. Oh, you're on at 9 a.m. Okay, so Valerie's on at 9 a.m. Who's on at 7? Is it Candy? Candy Service Dog? Candy. Oh, shoot. How do you say it? Candy something Service Dog? What's going on in Ontario these days? No. So we had snow. Lasted for about 2, 3 weeks. It melted. This past week we've had rain. We still have piles of snow from where the plows pushed the snow, and there's a little bit around my tree, like the tree base and stuff. But right now there's no snow. It's very brown and gray out. But the clouds that are out there right now it's about the temperature. Hey Google, hey Google. It's So it's -1 degree Celsius, but feels like -7. So if it does rain today, it will probably be snow. But the clouds look like snow clouds. So I'm thinking that this weekend we're going to get snow again. Gail Cabtree is at 8. But who was at 7? Somebody was at 7. Uncle Steve's Gator Shake, a spice meat for meat. Yes. Okay, Candy, the service dog at 7. Yes, I was going to say there was somebody at 7. I just remember I'm going to try and get up and watch the channels until 9 something. Like I'll get to your channel, but I'll have to leave probably about 9:30 because I have an appointment, and then I should be back by 2 and catch whoever's on at 2, and then I'll be ready for my 3 o'clock. I think I'm going to do craft tomorrow while I'm doing a live stream. Simple, easy craft. What am I going to wrap next? Yeah. So I like having lots of little gifts under the tree. Not that they cost a lot or expensive, but sometimes when my parents split, my mom worked 2 or 3 jobs just to put food on the table. And we sometimes had to access the food cupboard. And for most years that I remember from when I was about 6 to at least 12, 13, most years, or at least half those years, I had to, at Christmas time, we got Christmas hamper. And doing that, I didn't really notice it much as a kid, except for the fact the years that we got the Christmas hamper, the gifts would come in a big black garbage bag, so I couldn't see them. Like someone was dropping them off, and then we got a box with a turkey and all the fixings. And what I do remember from that was it was gifts that were not necessarily on my wish list, but I appreciated them because they were cool gifts for my age group, right? I didn't even know to ask for them. And my mom would use whatever money she did have to try and get me some stuff on my wish list too, and or things that she liked. So she would always start shopping for Christmas in January. Well, actually, usually Boxing Day. Go to Boxing Day, get whatever specials on things, like for example, clothing. As I grew, get the next size up, new jogging suit or snow suit or whatever that I needed, and just do it from there. It's sunny and going up to 25 Celsius here. Wow, that's warm. That's a hot summer day. I need to put a little peekaboo hole. I have to put a little piece of paper to cover up the hole. Because it's just not My measurements was, well, I didn't measure. That's probably why. Gator shaker sounds dangerous. um, but I do remember when we had to access the hamper for the hamper that I always seem to have, I guess, more gifts that year. Maybe, like, not necessarily bigger or more expensive, just more things. There was a lot more board games and stuff like that. I really appreciated that and enjoyed it. So now, as um older, I um I give back, right? Because I we've accessed it when I was a kid. My mom and even when my mom did use the hamper, she always, when things were on sale, would always donate to the the food cupboard, the Ottawa Food Bank, because we lived more in Ottawa at the time. Like, she never actually lived out in Canada here. My dad lived out in Canada. I came out here in Canada for high school, then went back to Ottawa for, about 10 years, and then back to Canada, and been here for the past. Okay, so Abby's turning 17 next week, so 16 years. This is Abby's. I'm not going to put a label on it. I have to remember her stuff is the stainless glass bag. One parcel I wrapped downstairs. I can't remember who I wrapped it for. I didn't put a label on it. I was very bad. I will have to make a peekaboo part and see which who it was for. It's tropical storm, normal storm, November day here. Best time of the year, better than summer when it showers, humid and 33 every day. Yes, well, we're lucky. So I've been to Florida a couple times. We went to Disney World, Disney World in Florida, right? Disneyland's in California. Disney World once in 2011, and then in 2012 we did a Carnival cruise from Miami. We are currently looking for next summer. We always go. We have vacation in August, just because we're looking next year to look at another cruise. Because this past year with our vacation in Cuba that went bad, I have to show you. I have to get those videos and do a video on the bad experience. But you can see his. I shared one of my live streams back in August when we got home about the bad experience at the one spot in Cuba, and then we went to a second spot and it was better. But it was not. We've never had a bad experience. Like, even the last time we went to Cuba, um, it was okay. Like, it was not, it was good, but we knew what we were getting into. It was just like everything that could go wrong went wrong. It was not good. So we're looking at cruise, just something different. Um, that it's hot and then it kind of travels and we can check out different. Like, we like checking out different countries and stuff. So, but we're trying to do it on the cheap. So we're trying to find the cheapest one. And the guy we're talking about right now, there's Black Friday specials. So that's something about. Well, on Amazon this past week, they had Ivory soap, 10 bars of it for like $3, and they had like the really good like Irish Spring body wash and Ivory bath wash with lavender, like the really big containers. That I picked up some for my family, but also for the family that we sponsored, because the family sponsored. We have like a grandma, a mom, a teenage boy, and a 10-year-old girl. So I picked up an Irish Spring bath wash for him, and then the lavender bath wash for the grandparents and the mom. And I'm going to look up for some kids bath wash next, but they were like under $3. It was two something. So I picked up some for my family, some for the family that I'm sponsoring, and some for the food cupboard. So I'm like, these prices were like dirt cheap, and since they were an add-on thing, you couldn't just order just that. You had to add it on to something else. So I had ordered something else, and that's Canadian Amazon. So it's probably cheaper where you are too. Oh, those things. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, here. Oh, jeez. Okay. But yeah, I like because I always try and give when I can, and I volunteer for the Kanata food cupboard on the phones once a week. Well, 3 out of 4 weeks a month. There's usually one week where I'm not, and that was this week actually. And so I try and where I can because you never know when you're going to have to need it yourself. You know, you always you should always give when you can because at some point in your life you might need it yourself, and it just makes you feel like a good person giving back, especially to those in need, and trying to put a little bit of smiles on people's faces, especially at Christmas time because Christmas is tough. Like right now, it's tough for my family with my father-in-law passing because um, he was very much the social butterfly, and without him around, it's been hard to do a lot of things. So this Christmas is going to be we're going to have to just power through it. Might have to change a few things a bit differently, so it's not so sad for my mother-in-law. But I love ivory soap too. Because I find a lot of soaps, I get really itchy hands, and I get reactions to it. So I get ivory soap. So I kept some, but then I donated the rest because I'm like 10 bars for $3. I can get two or three at the dollar store for like bucks or $1.50. I'm like, that was crazy dirt cheap. I was like completely shocked. Because at Costco, 10 bars is usually like $8 or $7 or something like that. So I definitely picked that up. But yeah, I always pick up something. When I pick up stuff for my kids for Christmas, I always pick up a second one. So something for my kids, something for the food cupboard, just for some other kid, that likes similar things as my kids. It's just giving back because we all kind of give back. We all reap the benefits. I think of the world as um like a community, like a family that you might give now, but when you're older, when you're a senior, if you're not having the money coming in, and say for some reason we don't have a good of a system as we do right now. Look, say my husband's pension is not going to be there anymore. Who knows? Because he's the one working right now. If growing stuff is going to be the stuff in the Walmart. Remind me next time. I go Christmas time. Going, who is this? Who? That's, hey. I buy at Walmart. How much is it at Walmart there? Hey Amanda, rapping. So I use the crappy. I gotta use this crappy. I don't really want to, but I have to use this crappy wrapping paper. I've gotta get over over with. Get it gone. Plus, I like to have a bit of color too, and don't like the same stuff. But this is like really thin, like almost tissue paper one. As you see on the end here, it's already ripped there. But this one, okay. I got this for Abby. Where is the shiny, gooey? I like it. Hey, Puppy Girls. Hey, Rosie. How's it going? How are you? Happy Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. American Thanksgiving. We had ours in October, but you guys all happy Thanksgiving and lots of turkey, lots of tryptophan, lots of full bellies, and then everybody doing Black Friday. Here we have Black Friday sale, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it to the stores to check them out. I'm gonna do any of shopping I have is going to be online. So as I was saying earlier in the stream, my vacuum's died or dying. It's dying a horrible, horrible, horrible death, and I need to get a new one. And so I just saw I got an email. So I've been told the Dyson Animal vacuum cleaner is good because we have animals and we have thick carpet. And here in Canada, it was the regular one was $5.99, and the other one, the newest one without a filter, is like $7.99. I'm like, that's like the most expensive thing in this whole freaking house. I'm like, our last vacuum and the one that's died. I mean, it was I think 300, but it served us a few years. Actually, we had one and then we got one used off of I think Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or whatever. Was the exact same. So I use when one part broke on my vacuum cleaner, I just used the part from the used one. So, but now it's not really sucking much, and it's really well, it's sucking much. It's sucking. It's just not sucking stuff. It's just being a sucky vacuum cleaner that I don't like. So my husband says, look at the Black Friday sales. And well, I might be getting a vacuum for Christmas. Yay, me! I'm like, we're practical people, so we understand, like, this type of expense is expensive. I mean, I'm not going to, I mean, complain, but I just saw it's supposed to go down. I don't know if it's down today. I don't know if it'll go even further down tomorrow on another site. Down to like $3.99 today. So it might go down even more tomorrow. So the $3.99 is guaranteed till December 1st. Losing. There we go. I was losing feeling in my hip. There. So Valerie told me about this StreamYard, so I can pop up the comments on the screen. So that's really cool. Oh, there's the heart. Because I was like, heart, yeah, good cookie happy. So, what time do you eat turkey dinner? When here, like we have Thanksgiving dinner, it's usually about 4 o'clock. Same with Christmas. When we have Christmas dinner, it's usually about 4 or 5. We don't want it too early. I've had it before where it was like lunchtime, but then what do you do at supper? So this one I got the label. I'm gonna go with it. Oh dear. All right. Sharpie right on our label. So the problem with my bed is a pillow top, so I'm short, so I have to hop into my bed. Hey, Food Forest Permaculture, how's it going? You're eating at noon. So, and then what do you do for supper time? Do you just have snacks or is that? Eat leftover sugar, eat turkey all day. Oh, cool. See, I don't know if my family will want that. We do turkey, and then like on Thanksgiving, we usually do a late brunch. And same with Christmas, we'll do a brunch type thing, and then we do the turkey meal. Ruins. No. I'm gonna open this wrapping paper because I love this one. And I need the good wrapping paper for the next thing I wrap because there's not a box and it's soft and plush. And the cheapy stuff is just gonna rip. I'm doing pretty good. Food Forest Permaculture. How's the weather in BC there? I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. To help support Valerie and her Black Friday charity event thing. So she's having a whole bunch of people doing live streams all day Black Friday, starting at 7 a.m. She's going to go on at 9. I'm going to hopefully check out the ones between 7 and 9. And then I have appointments, unfortunately. And I'll be back out at 2. And then whoever's on it too. I love this wrapping paper. It's like advent calendar. We're on at 2, and then I go on at 3. The only problem with this wrapping paper, I love the wrapping paper. It's thick and stuff, but the roll is quite heavy. And wrapping on a bed is not the easiest. That's what I do. I take over the bedroom. My husband wraps in his desk downstairs, but he doesn't wrap till like a week before Christmas. If not, it's Christmas Eve. So, but I got some good deals. See these? Like there's only 2 of them left. They only had one color at Costco. This is at the end of June. No, not July or August. Well, see, but they're both teal. So I got one for each of the girls. But they were like $39.99 ones. I got them for $9.97. Whenever you see something at 97 at Costco, buy now. I tried. You're cooking a turkey and ham for Christmas. Oh, yum. It's windy over there. Last of lemons. Are you gonna preserve them with salt in jars like the Mediterranean preserved lemons? Then you can have them for a long time. Or having an open house because a lot of the neighborhood are widows. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice of you. So is it going to be like a potluck? Like everybody bring a little something? Yeah. Don't forget to share the love. Love one another. Where did I take? The downside of there, doing it on the bed again, is losing the tape. If I took a drink every time I lost the tape, I would be drunk. for like 10 a.m. But I'm trying to do this. I'm just surprised the cats haven't come barreling in here like they usually do. Well, I don't know about Peter. This is our first Christmas with Peter. But it does. This comes and helps wrap. That's not right. Oh, this wrapping is going to be crappy because I didn't cut enough paper, so I'm doing it on the angle. I might have to do another piece, and I think it's going to be enough to cover it. But I love this paper is that it's thick and it doesn't rip as much. And it lasts from year to year. So if every year, well, if I do 2 out of 3 years, I buy the wrapping paper, and 1 year I don't buy wrapping paper, I have lots of different colors available and good stuff. That's the best ever, Valerie. The holidays are all about that. Yes, exactly. About sharing with your community, with your friends, your neighbors. I don't think I have enough for it. I will take this over here, and then I will. This is starting to look like Jeff's wrapping. This is how he kind of wraps. Close. No cigars. Oh, hello, Peter. You gonna come here? Come here. Hey, no. Come on. He's just walking around. Loved Peter and loved. I know he's. I know. I hope. Hey, share it with people. Maybe it will. Hey, Peter. Yeah, Peter just goes and lies down and checks them out, while Princess just walks over. I'm like, seriously, cats. Right. No, don't go. You better not go in my car. Oh, you want to look out the window? Come here. He just wants to rub against everything. Yeah, feel free to share it with people. Hey, Kyle Lusk, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. Right now, here, I'll show you Peter. He's trying to rub it. Hey. Yes. You come say hello? I'm not quite I'm glad with the coffee. Oh, hello. Come here. Come here. There we go. Hey, here's my Peter. Oh no, no, don't step on the step on the computer. See? There's Peter. Hello. He loves getting kisses. What time should I be there? Well, where she is right now is in Ogdensburg. So if you can get probably on a flight from Florida to Ogdensburg, you might be able to get there in time. Hey. We just moved into the neighborhood. It's mostly retired people in the neighborhood. We're doing the open house to get to spend time and get to know our neighbors. Oh, cool. So did you move to Ogdensburg too with your sister? Because you were saying you were at your sister's house. Peter just likes being cuddled. Get kisses? He's just purring away. Ah, 12 noon. Okay. So get on the flight right now, Florida, Greg. Here, I'll turn you down so you can see. See, Peter. He's just getting love. Like he is. Hey, don't bite me. Okay, I'm trying to tap the computer to show. There. I feel a place. Everyone is cooking. I'm just hanging out at the house. Due to scheduling issues, me and my family are having our Thanksgiving on Sunday. Well, see, here in Canada, we had our Thanksgiving in October. So I'm not cooking a turkey dinner today either. Tonight, though, I just got informed. Well, apparently, I got informed like 2 weeks ago that Abby had part of her vocals class. They have a winter concert tonight, but she just reminded me this morning that she had a concert tonight that she has to be there for 6. No, don't go climbing. So, supper tonight. I'm unsure what we're going to have for supper because she's not going to be eating before 6. My husband doesn't get home usually till 6, so we'll probably be eating afterwards. So we might order. Well, that would be bad. 39 degrees here today. Brr, you're spoiled. Yeah, it's -1 degrees Celsius, but feels like -7 right now. But it's not raining right now, but it's overcast. There's a chance of rain. So you haven't been out of Florida in 25 years. Really? Wow. Oh, that's Peter. Yes, that's my kitty Peter. He's a new member of our family. He's 5 or 6 years old. We got him in March, April, May. March, April, May. One of those. You have to look at my video of introducing Peter when we got him. I think it was May, beginning of May. And we had another cat that passed in January when Abby was in the hospital. Her name was Sushi. She was 10 years old. So, and we don't know why she passed. My other cat, Princess, you'll see if you look on another video from the other day. I introduced them to live lobsters. That's Princess. She's 14 years old. So, 20 degrees Celsius, 68 Fahrenheit. Went up to 30 degrees. Wow, that's nice. We get that maybe in the summer. Usually summer here is about 25, 27 degrees Celsius. And then we get a couple weeks where it's like in the 30s and up to 40 degrees Celsius. But usually 25, 27, 25 to 32 is about what it is. Anything above 20, people are wearing shorts. Once we hit above, like it was like after a long winter, like last year, once it hit 10 degrees, we had people wearing shorts. It's like, they're crazy. Typical for this time of year. Well, I know that in Miami in August, it's usually hot and humid and muggy. I've only gone to Miami. Sorry, I went to Miami in August, and when we went to Orlando for Disney World. It was end of January, beginning of February one year because that was the slowest time for. We would always go for the cheapest and less busy times. So I know just not cut this enough either. Okay, yes. When we did Disney, we chose the less busy time and the cheapest that we could get it. And we got like a deal when they include the dining packages. On our next vacation, we are looking at cruise, and we're looking at the cheapest one we could get because now my girls are adult age. Like Rowan's still adult age, like she's going to be 19 next year. And Abby turns 17 next month, so we don't get any discounts for kids. So we're going to get 2 rooms anyways, because it's not going to say it. So, and I'm sorry, we've done 4 people in a cruise ship room when my kids were small, and it was cramped. But we're like, we justified it as okay, we can do this. We are only sleeping in the room, stuff. But this time, with Abby's health and everything like that, we might be spending more time in the room versus just sleeping. So we want to have 2 rooms so that at least there's space that she can go and get some rest if she needs it. And but supposedly there's some Black Friday deals going on that they'll certain ones like the one that we're looking at is the MSC Armania older ship. It's like 20 years old, but it's still the food's supposedly good and like decent Mediterranean style, but it's cheaper because it doesn't have all the amenities of the newer ones. Like it doesn't have a big, huge, zip line or whatever. But we're not zip line type of people, so um, there is that. So we're thinking of that, but they're having some sort of deal coming up. I think that they're going to have no. Oh, that a drink package can be included, and gratuities included, and Wi-Fi. Not that we would ever really want to do the Wi-Fi, really, or pay for that, anyways. Uh, that's what we're looking at. But we have somebody looking into that, so because we don't have the time to figure that all out and figure out what's the best deal. We're not we're not that touristy savvy, San Francisco tourists from Sweden and Germany wear shorts in our winter. Well, does it snow in San Francisco? So I'd probably wear shorts. If it doesn't snow, like I wear shorts to about 15. I tell people never come here in the summer. Too hot, too humid. Well, when I was in Miami, last time, it was like 8 years ago in August. The air was so thick I could feel it. Like I needed air conditioning. Like I just like felt I was going to pass out. I go south in the winter. Well, my husband's job is really busy in the wintertime. So the only time of the year where it's not really busy, and it's been like this for the last 20 years, has been in August. So we tend to go on vacation in August, which is crappy time anyways. But like here, what's funny is here it's the nicest weather here, but we go away to about the same temperature. I would love to go in the wintertime and get rid of this like winter, but it's way more expensive. And um the flights are way more expensive from like you guys have it really good there in the States. It gets even like it's flight from here to Florida is like $400 or $500 one way. Maybe 300. Rain, thunderstorms every day, almost every day in the summer. Well, and when we go on vacation to places in the Caribbean in August, it's the hurricane season, right? So we always get travel insurance, but we find that it's cheaper that time because of the hurricane season. So like we're cheap. If we can get anything for cheaper than the average cost, we're going to do it because we want to stretch our money as much as possible. Get more bang for your buck. But lows overnight here, 27 degrees Celsius. Ouch, that's hot. Well, for air conditioning, I wouldn't be here. Well, that's true. Like you probably spend a lot on air conditioning, like we do. Like here in Canada, we spend a lot on air conditioning because my family likes the house to be 20 degrees year round, summer, winter, fall, spring. So we spend more on air conditioning than we do on heat because we're in a townhouse. So behind this wall is my neighbors, and behind the other wall over there is my other neighbors, and they like their houses warmer than ours, so the heat seeps through the wall. I'm sure because it keeps, and we only have windows like on either end. So we have less windows, less, and they're newer windows now. We got them 5 years ago, so we don't lose as much heat. But we spend more on air conditioning than we do on heat. All right. Okay, well, bye, Rosie. I'm going to be live tomorrow at 3 p.m., so pop back here. Valerie is going to be live at 9 tomorrow. So hope to see you there. I get wrapping the next present. I'm going to cut the paper proper. So big enough. I hate ivoring the paper, little bits of paper. I love this paper. It's so bright and colorful. The other linky. That's just luggage. Luggage time. The house is all electric. Perfect. Isn't electric expensive? Like we have gas, natural gas, and natural gas for heat, electricity for lights, and electricity for our stove. We don't have a gas stove, just because. Well, we had a stove that came with the house, and then when it cracked and died, a friend of mine who was upgrading her stove to a gas stove wanted to get rid of her stove. Nothing wrong with her stove, but they had moved, and they didn't like this. They had a gas stove in their old house. So this one I currently have is a gas stove as well, but I got for free. So free is very much in my budget. And I would love to have a black gas stove at some point, maybe, just so that I wouldn't worry about having to cook when there's a blackout, because you have a gas stove. I have a barbecue, so it's not too bad. Um, but the hookup, a gas stove hookup, costs almost as much as a stove here in Canada. So if you don't already have, like, if you have a house with a gas stove hookup, great. If you don't already have this gas stove hookup, you're going to be spending like $1,000 to get this hookup, and then um, more for the stove. Like, it's crazy. And then you have a gas stove vent thing, which is even more expensive. So you're probably spending twice as much for the hooking it up than the actual stove. Go ahead and leave your stream, but I have to go make stuffing. Okay, well, thanks, Valerie, for popping by. And hope to see you tomorrow. And I'll pop into yours tomorrow morning. And have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And enjoy all the yumminess that comes with Thanksgiving. And have a piece of pumpkin pie or pecan pie or apple pie, whatever type of pie you're having. For me, pie. Not too big on, like we have here at Christmas time. We have a Christmas log, a Yule log. Sometimes we'll also have it at Thanksgiving too, ice cream. Just as something different, but not my favorite. But my family, it's more of my favorite. Oh my goodness! Trying to get this to wrap. I think I'm gonna need another little piece of paper. At least I have another piece. Yes, very nice chat with you, Val. Thanks for popping by. I'm glad I caught you this morning on your live stream. I'm trying to figure out this. Oh, absolutely love Scotch tape This one is the matte finish magic tape. Okay, I literally just took this tape off the wrapping paper and it didn't rip. So, I mean, I absolutely love it that I can reposition not too many times before it rips, but if I make a mistake, I can reposition it usually without um having to rip the paper. I couldn't have gas if I wanted to. Not available in your area? Really? Never knew that. See, up here, it's almost available everywhere, like for heating. So, unless in the country, it's electric heat or, well, they, some have oil. They'll have the oil things or propane. The ones that are really remote. But usually, as they are closer to a city, they will have um, natural gas available. And I think that's the most environmentally friendly, I guess, or the cheapest. I'm unsure. I just know that coal. I know that oil is not good, not clean, and I know two people I know that still have oil just because that's all that the choices of hydro or oil. So hydro is electric. But hydro here is so expensive that, and it keeps on going up, especially in the rural areas, that your bill could be a few $100s a month. Okay, and if you're a senior, you don't have a lot of money. Coconut pie. Oh, yum. I love coconut pie. I love banana cream pie, coconut pie, and lemon meringue pie. Those are my soft pies, I guess. Soft pie favorite. My husband loves pecan pie. He's not very much of a big sweets person. He likes vanilla ice, not icing, ice cream, and pecan pie. He likes pumpkin pie too, but it's not really that sweet compared to other. I have to make sure I write the right labels. Otherwise, Abby's getting everything. Even amount of toy, like things under the tree, like not. They're past the toy stage per se. Abby still likes slime and sciencey stuff, like the geodes and the rock stuff. But really, it's more of stuff like bath bombs. Okay, grab some more stuff. I think most of Florida is all electric. Why is that? Is because is the ground not good enough to dig? Because I guess with natural gas, it has to go underneath the ground. See, where I live in Canada, um, we have the Canadian Shield here. It's like solid rock. Like in my backyard, if I dig, 6 inches, I'm hitting like rock. Like people who have to build a fence, they have to like really jackhammer. They get maybe 6 inches to a foot, like right near the end. They're on like solid rock. Maybe North Florida is different. I don't know. Any pie for me. Yes, pie is definitely yummy. I'm gonna turn you this. Yeah, I want to get that for a friend. I don't know who. Maybe I skip this. Oh, these like a wrap. That Yes, I grabbed those. No, I just need. There's something else here. Okay. I'm just going. Back, hopping back onto my bed because it's literally a hop. Like my feet aren't touching the ground. Like I've got a foot off the bed, off the floor with my feet. I'm on the edge here. Maybe because it's so wet and swampy here. A few gas lines. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I mean, Florida is very swampy, right? So it's probably really hard to dig to put gas lines in, or they might get more compromised or something. Oh, wrappy paper. There we go. So got these at Costco. There's 4 of them. So one for per person. Juicy mango bomb. Let me see which one. Oh, I'll do orange for hubby. Where did my scissors go? We're on sale. These at the dollar store itself is almost like $3. So if I can get 4 of them for under 7, I'm like, yes, please. And they're the good ones. Like they're huge bottles. That's one thing I love about Costco is that I find things at Costco. Their meat is better quality. Their regular price of meat, even when they have their like $3 off or $5 off, whatever meat thing, is on par or cheaper than the grocery store regular price. But where it comes to is when the regular store has it on sale, it doesn't mean it's cheaper than Costco. But usually Costco is like AAA here in Canada, while most grocery stores is AA beef. So not that it's bad, but Costco one is usually like the Angus version of regular. But what I like about Costco is a lot of their pantry stuff, like the cereal and the crackers and stuff. The boxes that they have, especially the specialty, like the gluten-free crackers or the fancy crackers and stuff, they have like I say a box that's a kilogram. While at the store, the box is like 500 grams. Costs about the same. Maybe Costco's might be $1 more, but you're getting twice as much. So that's where Costco really excels, is that you get like twice as much for the same price of things like crackers and cereal and stuff like that. And when their stuff like that is on sale, it is definitely even cheaper. So, how many times did I lose my pen? Oh, that's, I think, twice. Is it about twice? Ta-da! So I write ta-da for Jeff. I'm Mama, he's Dada, then there's Rowan, and there's Abby. And when he does it, he prints stuff from the printer. So. Yes. Oh yeah, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you can. I don't know. This new thing, how does this work? Does it show? Oh, that's for two people. Share the screen, see how this layout is. So, I don't know how that works. But yeah, make sure the cap's on the. So if I do lose the marker, at least it's not marking up my bed. That's the most important thing. Oh, I think that one's gonna be for me. Sometimes I don't usually buy stuff for myself, but some things, if I'm buying for the whole family, I'll buy. Like this is a package of four, so I'm going to do one for me and one for each of the girls. But we all share, so this is the thing. once it's ours, it's ours. I mean, some certain things they'll keep for themselves and they'll keep in their rooms and then they'll bring to the bathroom to use. But for example, my stuff I usually leave in the bathroom, and it gets used by everybody, so it's not too big of a deal. Now, some certain specialty things, like if I get the aromatherapy stuff, or I don't mind if my kids use it, just as long as they ask, you know, because and so they don't use it all. But I'm gonna go now. Nice chat. Okay, well, nice chat. Is there anybody else still in here? Because if nobody else is still in here, I may as well close this. Does it show how he's watching? Oh, live viewers. There's 5 in here apparently. Where are you? I'm just rapping and chatting. It's easier to chat when there's somebody to chat with. But I get it. People have lives and they have things to do, places to go, and it is Thanksgiving, so spending time with family or friends, or you know, doing whatever. Well, I think Thanksgiving you also have football, don't you? I don't know. I don't watch football. I played football in high school, but I'm not a sports person. I played football and soccer and volleyball in high school, but I was not really that athletic or that good at it. So if nobody else is popping in and saying hi, I guess I will stop the stream as well. Oh wait, oh you're still here. Oh, okay. Well, do you have any questions, Kyle? Whereabouts in this world are you from? I like chatting with people. So if you're still here, may as well chat. I don't have. I can be on here for another, I think, about 15 minutes. I have to start tidying up because I have to go. I have somewhere to go at noon, but then I'm back home. Let's see. Where am I from? Ah. My friend who was supposed to meet me here at noon. I was supposed to meet with Angie this morning for coffee at Second Cup, but for coffee. But her appointment that was in the afternoon got canceled. Well, got moved to the morning, so then I could meet with her. God. And my friend just asked if she wanted to play hooky and go to Bayshore. Go do some Christmas shopping. Do you think I want to do some Christmas shopping? I'm wrapping. I need to wrap. From GA. Is that Georgia? Where's GA? I'm not. I'm in Kanata, which is the west end suburb of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, so the nation's capital. So I'm about 2 hours drive from Montreal. I'm about 5.5 hours from Toronto. You've probably heard of those places. And Ottawa is where our prime minister is. You've heard of Trudeau. He's our prime minister. He's in Ottawa. Where I live, if you watch hockey, the Ottawa Senators play about 5 minutes drive behind here, down the road. Like literally, I go out my road here to the main road called Katimavik Road, Katimavik, Katimavik Road, and it turns into the road to go to the Sensplex. Like it doesn't. You don't even have to turn off of it. You just go straight down. I mean, I could walk there in half an hour, 40 minutes, because we'll probably walk there is easier because it's downhill, but coming back, if I don't drive, everywhere I go by public transportation, by bus, or I get a ride, and that's how I live. Georgia, yeah, that's nice. Another fellow YouTuber I love is Rose from. Oh shoot, she has goats. What's her channel called? My brain just went blank. Oh, I have to go there. Okay. Shoot. I'm gonna go check what's her name. She is in Georgia, and she has goats. And oh shoot, what's her name? What's her channel's name? My brain just went. My Rose. Oh no. And her she's also her uh oh shoot. My brain went blank. What her name is? What if I search for? I haven't watched her channel the last couple of weeks. Like it goes on my feed. I put ones I watch on there. Oh shoot, goats! I just search for goats. Maybe it'll pop up. Search. Oh shoot! My brain. Oh wait, I know she did put a thing on elderberry syrup. Yeah, well, she talks about the peaches. Like she's from the coast, where so her family's all like, I think in Florida or Carolinas. So she's always missing her family, but she's in Georgia. I'm just trying to, because she does homesteading. Oh, not that one. Roots. Oh yeah, something roots. So just looking at her elder. I know she did a really good video on elderberry syrup. Wholesome roots. There we go. So yeah, she's in Georgia. Wholesome roots. Her first name is Rose because she has a son who's named Rowan, and my daughter is named Rowan. Spelled the same way, but um, see, Rowan has the meaning of the name Rowan means in Gaelic female strength, but also it means in another language male strength. So it depends on which way you want to go. Because there's Rowan Atkinson, which is spelled with the AN, like how I spell my Rowan. But also there's Rowan with AN. What's her name? Gwyneth Paltrow. Her daughter is named Rowan too. But my daughter was born first, so she copied me. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So this one, pomegranate and mango. I have two of those ones. I was going to go here. Smell. We need smell vision because it's really brain fart. Oh yeah, complete brain fart. I have those all the time because so just recently, so literally last January, this January. No, it was not even January. November or so. I was diagnosed with with ADHD. I apparently had it all my life, but I have really good coping skills. And my parents, when I was younger, um, didn't really notice a lot of stuff because they had their own problems, like they dealt with addictions and stuff like that. So I kind of fended for myself and learned to do things. I just thought it was normal. And I even though when I went to college, I even got tested, and they said I didn't have a learning disability because I can problem solve and stuff like that. But I guess as I got older, my skills of problem solving got less. Okay, as my life got busier and more hectic, and my brain got filled with more information, and I had to especially with my youngest, who's legally blind. Well, what was legally blind when she was born, but now she's completely blind. All the doctor's appointments and all the therapies and all that type of stuff, I had to keep in my head. Was a lot of work, and now realizing that, oh, I've been dealing with a lot of the stuff that would explain why I could not. I always felt bad about myself that I couldn't do things. I was easily distracted, and I put things down and forget about it, or I leave the room and I forget about it. That's part of ADHD apparently. So the stuffing's in the oven. Cool. Yum. I love stuffing. My daughter Abby doesn't like stuffing, but I love stuffing. Do you just do a regular stuffing like bread, sage, poultry seasoning, onions, celery, salt, pepper, chicken broth, or turkey broth, or whatever? But I love scents. So this is another one. So this one will be for Rowan. Okay, why am I playing the scent? Smell-o-vision. Hey, YouTube's new update needs to have smell-o-vision. Because I usually do cooking videos and stuff. And my food, so my food when I cook is, I would never do well on Top Chef or Iron Chef or anything because presentation is not my forte. Or doing things in 20 minutes, I get distracted. So life gets busy, and but my food usually tastes good, and I usually can those ones that you open up the box. What's it called? Chopped. That one. I could probably do well with that one if there was no time limit, because I could make a good meal out of anything thrown at me. My cupboard, you give me 4 ingredients, I could put them together with whatever else I have in the pantry and make something that my family will eat, or at least most of my family will eat. The good and bad thing about my family is they have eclectic taste. Like I've raised them with wanting and liking different flavors from different countries, like Indian, Vietnamese, Chinese, um, Caribbean, because that's where I'm from. I was born in Bahamas, but lived here all my life. My dad was Bahamian, so lots of things with hot sauce, seafood, hot sauce, rice and beans, you know, sauce, all that kind of stuff. Would love a pick Val. I have to wait until Sunday for it. Pick up what? I should just, you know what I should do from now till Christmas is whenever I'm doing my wrapping, I should just do a live stream because I'm getting so much done by talking with you guys and wrapping. There's something about the ADH brain that's really helping me to multitask and get, like, I've got 3 grocery bags here of, like, wow. There's an empty box. Let's threw it that way for recycling. Oh, what's this shit? Oh, and my coffee maker does um does a pod coffee, or it also does K cups. So I got um for my husband and for my daughter Rowan, who likes coffee, um some hazelnut. They were on sale for like $7. Some hazelnut ones, Starbucks ones, and cinnamon dolce. So I think I'll do the cinnamon dolce for Rowan because that's more of kind of her thing. And then this one will be for my husband, the hazelnut, because he likes hazelnut too. When I saw sea urchin ice cream, I quit watching Top Chef. I would eat it. I would. See. I would eat. I've eaten sea urchin. It's good. So this is the thing. Those of have you ever eaten stuff? My family could check off a bunch of them. So one time when we did our cruise and we were in I believe it was the Cayman Islands. There's a turtle conservation center there, right? And it was a wonder. If you ever go there, you have to go there. You go to it doesn't cost very much. Like we did a tour, which costs more because of the buses, but going into this conservation center, it costs something like $10 per person or less, like US. And I was like, so you go there, you get to feed. Um, you could put a quarter into the machine, and you get it was basically looking like dog food pellets, and you could feed the sea turtles. They're this big, like the shell itself is this big, okay? And did you know that if you are ever in the ocean and you see a sea turtle, like you fall off a boat or whatever, and you're in the ocean, and you see a sea turtle, if you hold on to them, they will bring you to shore, because that is what they do. That like there's been many times of people that have fallen off boats or found themselves in the ocean and they've seen a sea turtle. If they hold on to the sea turtle, they will drag you to shore, to a shore, to whichever, because they have this thing with it, with their brain. They will always, like, they won't go after you per se unless you're trying to harm them. They have this like life-saving thingy going on with them. It's very interesting. But we did it, and we got to check them out. We got to feed them the big sea turtles, and then we got to pick up the baby sea turtles. They were like under a year, so they were this size. So there was like a big hot tub pool type, but not hot. So it was just a pool that was like waist deep. And we were wearing our shorts and stuff, and we could pick up the turtles and look at them and put them back down. and we got to do that. And then later on, we got to swim in there's these ponds with the 2-year-old sea turtles that were floating, that were going to be released into the wild. Like we were starting to get them uh, be released, and then we got to eat sea turtles because their conservation program, them rescuing them, and like some of the ones they can't release back into the wild because of whatever injuries or whatever, they would not survive in the wild. So they keep them there, but they also it's so successful they have a license to harvest them. So we got to eat sea turtle soup there. So it was only a few places that you could have that. Going on the record, the food and show it will be returned to Virginia. That sounds cool. Yeah. So I gotta go. I just heard my door, so I guess my friend's here. Bye.